At number 10, we have Baitul Mukarram. The Baitul Mukarram is the national mosque of Bangladesh. It's located at the heart of Dhaka, which is the capital city in Bangladesh, and the mosque was founded during the 1960s. Now, this mosque has the capacity to fit 30,000 people in it, and that gives it a respectable position in this episode at the 10th biggest mosque in the world. However, the mosque is constantly getting overcrowded. This especially occurs during the Islamic holy month of Ramadan, which resulted in the Bangladeshi government having to add extensions to the mosque, thus increasing the capacity to at least 40,000 people. Next up, we have the Jama Masjid of Delhi. The Jama Masjid, commonly known as the Jama Masjid of Delhi, is the primary mosque in Old Delhi in India. It was commissioned by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, the builder of the Taj Mahal, and completed in the year 1656 AD. It's the largest and best known mosque in India and the 9th largest mosque in the entire world. Now, this mosque lies at the origin of the very busy central street of Old Delhi, Chandni Chowk. The later name, Jama Masjid, is a reference to the weekly Friday noon congregation prayers of Muslims called Jummah. Now, you see, the courtyard of this mosque can fit over 25,000 people. Now I want to take a brief look at the Sheikh Zayed Mosque. The Sheikh Zayed Mosque in Abu Dhabi is the largest mosque in the United Arab Emirates and the 8th largest mosque in the entire world. It's named after Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who is the founder and the first president of the United Arab Emirates, and he's also buried at the mosque. The mosque was officially opened in the Islamic month of Ramadan in the year 2007. The next mosque to take a look at is the Badshahi Mosque. The Badshahi Mosque, or the Emperor's Mosque in Lahore, Pakistan, is the second largest mosque in Pakistan and South Asia and the 7th largest mosque in the entire world. Now, this mosque is the epitome of beauty, passion, and grandeur of the Mughal area. It's Lahore's most famous landmark and major tourist attraction. It's capable of accommodating 10,000 worshippers in its main prayer hall, as well as 100,000 in its courtyard and other places. It remained the largest mosque in the world from 1673 all the way to 1986, which was a total of 313 years. Another mosque to take a look at in Pakistan is the Faisal Mosque. The Faisal Mosque in Islamabad, Pakistan is the largest mosque in the world and South Asia and the 6th largest mosque in the entire world. It was the largest mosque in the world from 1986 to 1993. But real quick, guys, the Badshahi Mosque used to be the largest mosque in the world, and that was taken over by the Faisal Mosque. So the Faisal Mosque from the years 1986 to 1933 was once the largest mosque in the world after it overtook the Badshahi Mosque. But the Faisal Mosque was overtaken in size by the completion of the Hassan II Mosque in Casablanca, Morocco, which of course I'll be talking about next. The Faisal Mosque is conceived as the national mosque of Pakistan. It has a covered area of 54,000 square feet and has a capacity of accommodating approximately 300,000 worshippers. That's a total of 100,000 in its main courtyard and other areas of the mosque, and another 200,000 in its adjoining grounds. So guys, we're halfway in this episode, and the next mosque I want to talk about is the Hassan II Mosque, which I just mentioned in the entry about the Faisal Mosque. So see what this one has to offer. We're going all the way to Casablanca, Morocco. Now, this mosque is the largest mosque in Morocco and the 5th largest mosque in the world. It was designed by the French architect Michel Pinsou. This mosque stands on a promontory looking out of the Atlantic, which can actually be seen through a gigantic glass floor with room for 25,000 worshippers. A further 80,000 can be accommodated in the mosque adjoining grounds for a total of 105,000 worshippers present at any given time. Its minaret is also the tallest in the entire world, standing at 689 feet. The 4th biggest mosque in the world is the Istiqlal Mosque. The Istiqlal Mosque, or the Masjid Istiqlal, located in Jakarta, Indonesia, is the largest mosque in Southeast Asia in terms of capacity to accommodate people. However, in terms of building structure and land coverage, the Istiqlal Mosque is the largest in Southeast Asia and the 4th largest in the entire world. The National Mosque of Indonesia was built to commemorate Indonesia's independence as a nation's gratitude for God's blessings, the independence of Indonesia. Therefore, this mosque in Indonesia was named Istiqlal, which is the Arabic word for independence. We have 3 more mosques to look at in this episode. We're coming down to the biggest in the world, and next up we have the Imam Reza Shrine. shrine. This shrine is located in Mashhad, Iran, and it's very complex. It contains the mausoleum of Imam Rida, who is the 8th Imam of 12er Shiites, and also known as the 3rd largest mosque in the world. Also located within the complex is the Gorshad Mosque, as well as a museum and a library. There's 4 seminaries, a cemetery, the Razavi University of Islamic Sciences. You'll find a dining hall for pilgrims. There's also vast prayer halls, as well as other buildings here. Now I have the second biggest mosque in the whole entire world. This one is the Al-Masjid Al-Nabawi Mosque. More simply put, it's known as the Mosque of the Prophet, and it's oftentimes simply just called the Prophet's Mosque. It's situated in the city of Medina in Saudi Arabia, and it's the final resting place of the Islamic prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's considered the second holiest site in Islam by both Shia and Sunni Muslims, the first being the Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, and this mosque is the second largest mosque in the entire world. So of course the biggest mosque in the world has to go to the Masjid al-Haram Mosque. And this mosque, you know it, it's located in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. The Masjid al-Haram Mosque surrounds the Kaaba, which is a place which Muslims worldwide turn towards while offering daily prayers and is Islam's holiest place. The mosque is also known as the Grand Mosque, and the current structure of this mosque covers an area of 4,008,020 square meters, which is equal to 990.40 acres. This is including the outdoor and indoor prayer spaces, and it can accommodate up to 4 million Muslim worshippers during the Hajj period, which is the largest annual gathering of people in the entire world. So this has been the 10 biggest mosques in the world. These beautiful and majestic structures have some of the most carefully thought out designs and architecture that you'll ever see. Mosques originated in the Arabian Peninsula but are now found in every single continent, and the mosques serve as a place where Muslims as well as others can come together for prayer, as well as gain any information or learn or look after other affairs. Mosques come in all different shapes and sizes based on the region and population of Muslims in a certain area. Not all mosques are as massive as the ones that we just took a look at. However, mosques symbolize a lot more than just structures that look really good. In communities that they're built in, they intend to symbolize devotion, love, brotherhood, and to be a place where anyone can seek clarity as well as a closer connection with God. Coming in at the number 10 spot, we have the Jama Mosque. The marble and red sandstone mosque, which was constructed by Emperor Shah Jahan between 1650 and 1656, honors the opulence of Mughal architecture and design. The mosque is located in Delhi, India, and the mosque's enormous prayer hall, which has 2 minarets and 4 watchtowers, can hold up to 25,000 people. As the mosque's distinguishing feature, arches with Persian calligraphic inscriptions, they mark the entrance of the prayer hall. That's pretty cool. Next up, we have the Aqsankar Mosque. This mosque, which was built in the 14th century, is proudly displayed in Cairo, the capital of Egypt. The mosque also houses the mausoleums of its founders, and the founder's name was Shams al-Din Aqsankar, as well as his numerous sons. It features Ottoman styles and features like Iznik tiles, as well as cypress trees and tulip vases. Number 8 leads us to the Crystal Mosque. This is very beautiful. Malaysia's Crystal Mosque, which is entirely made of steel and glass, has a more contemporary and sleek appearance than the majority of the traditional mosques around the world. This mosque was constructed between the year 2006 and 2008, and it was officially inaugurated on February 8th of 2008. It can accommodate over 1,500 worshippers at a time. When the prayer halls and meeting rooms are illuminated from the inside, the mosque's glass domes, they appear to be made of pure gold. Yeah, it's really a sight to see. The architecture and design of the Crystal Mosque also incorporates a few Chinese-inspired elements in it. Number 7 leads us to the Wazir Khan Masjid. A masterpiece by Shah Jahan located in Lahore, Pakistan, is a must-visit place. The central mosque of Lahore's inner wall city makes a regal statement. Nearly all of the mosque's walls, including the 4 minarets in the courtyard and the entrances to the prayer chamber, well, they're covered in intricate frescoes and intricate tile work. The calligrapher's bazaar includes well-known passages from Islamic works that have been painted by renowned calligraphers, and they're actually outlined with floral and geometric patterns. Coming in at the number 6 spot, we have the Lala Mustafa Pasha Mosque. The Lala Mustafa Pasha Mosque in Turkey, formerly known as the Latin Cathedral of St. Nicholas, well, it boasts some of the Middle East's most striking Frankish architecture. The building is believed to have been created in the late 13th and early 14th centuries by a Frenchman named Jean Langlois. Up until it became a mosque in 1571, it served as a holy site in the center of Famagusta for many different people of different backgrounds over the years. The Ubudiyah Mosque is up next at number 5. In Kuala Kangsar, Malaysia, the mosque is situated next to the Royal Mausoleum on Jalan Istana at Bukit Chandan. Arthur Benison Habak, who also designed the train stations in Ipoh and Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, was in charge of designing this mosque. In recognition of his recovery from a disease that plagued him in his last years, Sultan Idris Murshidul Azan Shah Ibi Al-Marhu Raja Bendahara Alang Iskandar Marhum Teja, the 28th Sultan of Perak, ordered the mosque construction. Whoa, that name was a mouthful. So this mosque's architecture is in the Indo-Saracenic style, and you can see that it has a central golden dome and 4 minarets, as well as turrets topped with smaller golden domes. Italian marble was also used to add bands of darker color to the white building. The mosque coming in at number 4 is the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This is another beautiful mosque. It is a stunning structure that has been rebuilt several times throughout history, and today it remains the 3rd holiest place in the religion of Islam because of the belief that Prophet Muhammad was transported there from Al-Haram Mosque in Mecca during the night journey, and then he was transported into heaven. So every Friday, the building overflows with thousands of Muslim worshippers who offer prayers outside in the courtyards of the noble sanctuary. Hassan II Mosque comes in at number 3. Hassan II Mosque is the largest in Morocco and the 7th largest in the world, occupying the Atlantic shoreline in Casablanca since the year 1993. Its minarets are the tallest in the world at an epic 210 meters, and they're topped by a laser that shines a light towards Mecca. Inside, well, the walls are handcrafted out of smooth marble, and the glass floor allows visitors to catch a glimpse of the seabed in the main hall. The beautiful mosque at number 2 is the Blue Mosque. This mosque is located in Istanbul, Turkey, and it's also known by its official name, the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, but we'll call it the Blue Mosque. Well, it has 6 minarets and 8 auxiliary domes and 5 main domes. The design represents the pinnacle of 2 centuries of mosque development in the Ottoman Empire. It is regarded as the final great mosque of the classic era, and it combines many Byzantine features of the nearby Hagia Sophia with traditional Islamic architecture. Around 20,000 hand-painted glazed ceramic tiles in 60 different tulip patterns are used to decorate the upper areas, and about 200 stained glass windows provide illumination for the lower floors. In at the number 1 spot, this mosque is, well, Masjid Al-Haram. You guys probably guessed this one. This is the most prestigious and holy mosque for all Muslims. This is the Masjid Al-Haram, which is located in the city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia. It is one of the most beautiful places in the world, in fact. The Quran refers to the sacred mosque as the first structure built for all humanity to worship God, making it one of the most well-known mosques in Islam. Al-Haram is not only the biggest mosque in the world, but is also regarded as the most sacred. It can accommodate over 2 million people during the annual Hajj pilgrimage that is obligatory for all Muslims to perform if they're financially and physically able to do so at least once in their lifetimes. And the first mosque that I'm going to feature comes at number 10. We have the Hassan II Mosque. Now this is located in Casablanca, Morocco, and the Hassan II Mosque is the largest in Africa, and it has the world's second tallest minaret. Now this mosque sits over the Atlantic Ocean, and part of the mosque is actually on land and the rest of it is over the ocean, which is pretty cool. There's also a laser on top of the mosque that's directed towards Mecca, so Muslims know exactly which direction to pray. And this building can hold a capacity of over 105,000 worshippers, and it was completed in the year 1993. The mosque at number 9 is the Great Mosque of Algiers. Now, the Great Mosque of Algiers is home to Africa's tallest minaret, and it's located, of course, in Algiers, Algeria. The mosque has an observation deck that's on top of the 37-story high minaret, and the complex of this mosque includes a Quranic school, there's a library there, an amphitheater, a restaurant, and there's also a research center that's all about the history of Algeria. Next up, we have the Jamkaran Mosque. Now, this is located just 6 kilometers away from Qom, Iran. The Jamkaran Mosque is one of the most popular mosques in the entire world, and in the mosque you're going to notice that there's a separate space for men and women within the main area. There's a huge yard. The mosque area is also used for many religious ceremonies, including the day of Ashura as well as Imam Mahdi's birthday. The mosque at number 7 is the Taj ul Masjid. Now, the Taj ul Masjid in Bhopal is also one of the largest mosques in all of Asia, and it's the largest mosque in the entire country of India. Now, on the mosque, you'll notice that there's a pink facade with 18-story high minarets, and it has a holding capacity of over 175,000 worshippers. The mosque has 3 domes, 2 minarets, as well as the mosque opens on every single day, like holidays included. But on Fridays, however, non-Muslims are not allowed to enter. The Istiqlal Mosque comes in next at number 6, and it's the largest mosque in all of Southeast Asia, and the mosque is the national mosque of Indonesia. The mosque is named Istiqlal, all to commemorate Indonesia's independence. It's located between Merdeka Square as well as Jakarta Cathedral, and this mosque was first opened to the public back in the year 1978 by Indonesia's first president. Now, the thing is, for non-Muslims, you can visit all of the areas of the mosque except for the main room that has red carpets. Now, the thing is, with this mosque, for non-Muslims, you can visit all areas of the mosque except for the main area that has red carpets. That's strictly for Muslim worshippers. Now, the mosque coming in at number 5 is called the Bara Imam Bara, and that's located in India. It includes the largest Asfi Mosque, which is part of an intricate labyrinth, and there's running water that comes from it. The whole thing is just a very intricate design. Now, it was built by the Nawab in a famine relief program, and the Bara Imam Bara is a very interesting building altogether. It houses interesting elements within it, like I mentioned. And you know, it's also rumored that there are 1,024 ways to actually reach the terrace, but there's only one way to come back. The whole mosque is an adventure. Definitely want to put that on my bucket list. Next up, let's talk about the Imam Reza Mosque. Now, this is the largest mosque in the world by area. And in the complex, you'll find a mausoleum of Imam Reza, the Ghor Harshad Mosque, a museum. You're gonna find a library and also seminaries. And get this mosque is so big that they even have a cemetery. Now, this same complex is one of Iran's top tourist destinations, and it's labeled as the heart of the Shia Iran. The shrine itself spans a large enough area to hold over 600,000 worshippers. And there's also a free guided tour for non-Muslims who are interested to learn about the history of the area and the mosque and the entire complex shrine itself. The Imam Ali Mosque comes next. The Imam Ali Mosque is located in Najaf, Iraq, and it sees millions of pilgrims every single year. It was completed back in the year 997 CE, and it's a very historical place, and it's also the burial site for Shia Muslims' second most important figure. Now, this mosque is also known for its massive dome, which is 42 meters high, and it's covered by 7,777 gold painted brick slabs. The sides and the back walls are also covered with turquoise mosaics. So what we got at number 2, we have the Al-Masjid An-Nabawi. It was first established and built by the Prophet Muhammad himself, and this mosque is now one of the largest mosques in the entire world. It's located in the city of Medina, and this massive mosque is the second holiest site in Islam, and it remains open 24/7. So this mosque is located right at the heart of the city with many hotels as well as old markets around it. And this mosque is also a major pilgrimage site for Muslims from different parts of the world. So for many Muslims who perform the Hajj, they continue to go on to Medina to visit this mosque. And speaking of Hajj and Muslim pilgrimage, at number 1, we have the Great Mosque of Mecca. Now, this thing is also known as the Haram Mosque, and this mosque is the holiest site for all Muslims around the world. This mosque was built in a way that it actually surrounds the Kaaba, and it's located in the city of Mecca, Saudi Arabia. And this mosque is also home to many other significant sites like the Black Stone, Zamzam Well, Maqam Ibrahim, as well as the hills of Safa and Marwa. Now, of course, this is the largest mosque in the entire world, and it's able to hold up to 1.5 million worshippers, and it's 365,000 square meters in size. Also, it has 6 minarets, all standing at about 89 meters tall.